What if I told you that God didn't break your heart to hurt you, but instead he was saving you from the very thing you were begging him to bless? Somebody needs to hear this. You were praying for peace, but you were holding on to chaos. You were asking for purpose, meanwhile you're holding on to pain. You weren't asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person to give you something that only God could deliver. And when you didn't walk away, he had to tear it apart and tear you apart from it. Not because he's cruel, but because he's a father. Because he loves you too much to let you settle for someone who couldn't see your worth. Someone who mistook your loyalty for weakness and only wanted your presence, not your soul. So yeah, he allowed it to break, but that heartbreak wasn't rejection. It was simply redirection. That silence you resented was him finally getting a word in. It wasn't abandonment. It was protection. God said, this is not your forever. This is your wake-up call. He removed what you thought was necessary just to remind you what you actually needed, which was actually him, my king, my queen. And sometimes he doesn't answer your prayer by giving you what you want. Oftentimes, he answers it by removing what's destroying you, and you don't even realize it. So let it go. Stop blaming yourself. You weren't too much. You weren't too emotional. You weren't too needy. You were just enough. You were so enough. You don't even realize how enough you were. You were too sacred for someone who didn't even know how to handle a heart like yours. When God saved your soul, he made sure you would never have to beg for the bare minimum ever again, because that was the lesson. That was the protection. That was the love all in disguise.